I don't hear anything.
Okay, guys, here we go. I'm gonna share my screen. Let me know when you guys can see it. Can you guys see the MLS now? Yeah. Well, not you guys. I know you guys can. Other people. All right. So we have Mr. Miguel Rodriguez in the house. You want me to put it like this facing you?
No, because I'm going to show them the screen. I could talk to them, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's no video, so you can just talk to them.
Okay,
They can see
perfect.
what's on the screen.
Oh, they can see what's on the screen? All right,
Yes.
beautiful. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you gonna log in?
Okay, I'm going to log in. Sir.
And I'm gonna log in on my AirTag, so I can check with that.
You got it. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit first about investments and kind of how to find opportunities for maybe any potential buyers that you have that are looking in certain areas and you guys can't find something. I'm gonna show you some tools and tricks how to look in through the dashboard, through Remine and the Matrix, and then I'm gonna introduce you to these two lovely ladies that I do lending with, part of the Mortgage Boutique, and they're gonna talk to you a little bit about like their 5-day HELOCs that are also good for clients that bought houses, I wanna say, you know, with equity, that have equity in their homes, and they wanna pull equity out, but only to reinvest, okay? And they don't have to go through a refinance, they could just do through a HELOC, pull money out, purchase another property as if you're buying it cash. But first, I'm gonna show you guys how to go through the steps on finding the deals. So obviously we all know that you can go through Zillow and find deals on Zillow, like for sale by owners. And then another tip I do is technically, which I'm sure you guys already are aware, you can go to the Matrix and set up searches. So what I do is I do a lot of investments. Most of my deals are through investments. How do I get this?
Oh, you can just drag it off. You can just like click on it and drag it off.
Okay, perfect. All right. So most of my opportunities and sales are through investments. So I'm gonna show you guys really quick a little step that I take for single family and multifamily and residential land. So what I do is technically for single family, when I go to search for a criteria, what I'll come here is I'll do active with contract coming soon. I'll search single family homes, okay? But one of the things that I do so I can get and not have to waste time, because most of the investments are cash and hard money, right? So I'll eliminate all these other terms considered, okay? Hey, what's up? There. So I'll eliminate all the other terms considered, and I'll put not considering VA, all this other stuff, and I'll just leave the cash. I'll just leave the cash and only cash and all cash as the terms considered. Let me show you guys. Okay, so pretty much I have that there. Another thing I'll do is technically when a property, a realtor lists a house that's only cash and all cash, look for stuff that's over 120 days that's been on the market, okay? Technically, that seller has been tired of sitting on the market and they'll take a significant lower offer. Either their price to sell and they're very strict on their pricing, or they're flexible now because the property's been sitting for so long, you know, and you could even bring them, the realtor would want to sell it because the property's been on there for 6 months. They maybe signed the listing agreement for a year and they're like, hey, look, you know, this is the best offer we got. And a lot of the times opportunities have, you know, have come about that way. So we'll do that. And like, let's say I'll search here for, let's say I want to search in Homestead. Homestead, all right. So I got 12 deals. I'm gonna show you guys really quick how I analyze the deals so that you guys can have an idea on. All right, so here we have a house for 289, okay? So it's a 4-1, 976 square feet, 3,700 square foot lot. Very small lot, you know, 289, I think. Let's look at the comps. So here on IMAP, this hyper. No. There you go. Oh, shit.
Something like maybe a little loose or something.
Yeah. You wanna bring this over here?
It's fine.
Good?
No, I keep going up, I don't know.
Good?
It's like a sort of, yeah.
Okay, you can actually cast it. If you have Microsoft Windows 10 or more, you can cast it directly wirelessly.
How do I do that?
Okay, single family. And then you're gonna come down to where you select your terms considered. Okay, and in your terms considered, you're gonna leave all cash and cash only. You're gonna put not all the other terms.
So we're only gonna select those two.
You're only gonna select those two, okay? Because you really wanna, the objective is to find cash deals that, you know, are not financeable. Because that's where you can get an investment deal, technically. So fixer upper, or you get it, you know, below what retail is. Okay,
And then you can also put the market also as a-
you can put the days on market as well. I'm just going through to sort through the list. So look, here it's quick because this pulled up. You go to IMAP as the on the hyperlink, and it's gonna pull you here, and you could just do quick comps. So you can literally analyze, you know, within an hour, you can analyze 15 to 20 deals in different cities, wherever your investor is looking at. So here we're gonna go to find comps. I think this one's already priced a little high. There's nothing, You see, there's one at 200, there's one at 310. So, you know, move on to the next deal, okay? So we go back and then now we'll go to next, okay? We'll go to next. Then let's see this one. Take a look at this one. Okay, so we're gonna go here. This one is 299, a 3-1, 4,400 square foot lot. Let's see the comps here. Find comps. Pretty much. This one has comps at 360, one at 429, one at 406. These are a little bit further away. They're 0.99 miles away. So you want to look at the distance also, because if you have immediate sales in your subdivision, Homestead's tricky. And you can go into another subdivision and the comps will change drastically, like 50 to 100,000. Okay. So here, this one was listed for 299. It's not a bad deal. You know, there's a comp at 429. There's one at 360. There's one at 350, 0.71 away. So with all small lots. So this is a good, so then I would select this one and I'll email it to a client that told me, hey, look, I'm looking for something cash that I could buy and I could rent out, or, you know, with equity. So this one's been 48 days on the market. Technically with this guy, Cliff Glanson, I've known him for a very long time. When he lists properties, they're technically good deals. They just never answer their phone. Okay, which is flatfee.com. So you would have to literally, you see how he puts here, offers, da 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 da, which I know the guy. Let me call this guy.
That's another company.
No, this guy, so basically, I can go to flatfee.com as an investor and I could list my house for $499
Wow.
without a license, and they call me. I listed through that broker and they call me. So I know the guy that's the owner of this property. Hold on, let me see.
This is using my computer, that's taking me up.
Yeah,
I want to make sure that we are clear.
People call them like
you did? Who?
the-
Hello,
Joe.
yeah,
Hey, it's Miguel. What's up? Miguel Rodriguez. How you doing? Listen, I saw a house here that you have, I think it's yours, 12923 Southwest 243rd Street. 12923. It's a house in Homestead. It's a small house, small lot. It's the short sale. Yeah. What's the best price you could do for me on this one? The what? Okay, but can you do like 250?
I already got investors. Place is worth about, the floor is fixed, and it really doesn't need much.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
The biggest lot there, it's, the bank's looking at about, we already got offers at 3
Okay,
from other investors.
okay.
So, you know, I don't know what to tell you. 250 is, you know, that's like a major home run.
Yeah, I'm looking for a home run.
There's nothing wrong with it. Of course, you're gonna make money.
Yeah, I know.
It's, I wish I could get it for you, you know? But that one is, you don't even understand, in Miami, the prices are holding.
Yeah, I know. No, I know. They're holding. All right, look, let's do something. I'm gonna send you an offer for 275. Okay? And then see what you could do.
Yeah, they already got 300.
Yeah, but at 300, you should have accepted it already. Why didn't you accept it?
Why didn't we accept it all?
Yeah. If they're, huh? Did you send it to the bank? Yeah, but are you selling it with somebody that could get financing? Because you put cash here, all cash.
Perfect, you know, they can't. I don't even talk to them until I talk to the mortgage guy. You know, I want to talk to the mortgage guy, find out exactly whether these people are qualified, whether they're pre-qualified, what they've done to pre-qualify.
So what he does is he
You
gets
know?
the property and it's a short sale. He gets the process started and he lists it already through flatfee.com. But he's the guy that locks up the short sale. Okay. All right, listen, I'm gonna think about it and I'll call you, okay? All right. You gotta have it on there anyways for like about another 20 days on the market, right? Okay. Okay, I'll keep you posted.
Not dropping. Inventory is stable. But nobody's like, nobody's buying, well, people buying, but the prices aren't going down. They're going up, they're just stable.
Hello. Sorry.
The pain in the ass, this market is like, oh, I want it either going up or going down.
All right, I'll talk to you soon. I gotta let you go. I'm gonna send you something in writing, okay? No problem, buddy. Bye. So he says he has an offer for 300, whatever. He supposedly says something, but it's a good deal because the comps are 400. If you see the numbers here, you have 406, you have 429. The house can go for in the 400s just because of the year built and the lot size. Okay. It's been on the market for 48 days, but the problem is when you have a short sale, you need to have it on the market technically for more than 7 days before you put it pending sale. But what he's trying to do is he's trying to wholesale the short sale. You know what I mean? But legally through the MLS. It's what he does. So he technically lists it with Cliff, which he's another broker. And he deals, you call him directly. The number here to call, it wasn't even his number. So he has a pretty good team. So that person that you would call at 901-8733, they technically will be like, okay, look, you know what? Send me your offer. They'll go back to Joe and they'll tell him, hey, look, Joe, I got this deal. I got this offer. And then basically they look for highest and best. That's why they list so low. But even at 300, you know, around there, it's a good deal because look, the house doesn't hardly need any work, you know, and these deals are like this on the MLS. You just have to learn how to go search them. Okay. All right, let's go on to the next one. So this is another way that I search for opportunities all the time. When you see something active with contract and it's been active with contract for over 120 days or whatnot, that's something also that you guys might want to look into and call the broker, call the realtor and ask them, hey, what's going on? You know, because a lot of the times they might have fell through, they had a backup offer and now they're still, you know, trying to go back and scramble, and you can make a cash offering and get the opportunity. So this was a little quick search. You guys could search this, and it's a really good way that I find opportunities all the time through different cities. And then I'm going to show you another way too. So look, here in Remind, you guys all know what Remind Pro is. Okay, so Remind Pro here, it's on your dashboard. Okay. It's like a hyperlink to kind of like the Matrix. There's an app for it. I use it here because here I know how to maneuver it better, like to set up this search. So I'm gonna show you guys. So here through the search, you can come here and search, and you could literally search for properties with equity, okay, with ownership time, okay, and absentee owners, right? Why do you search for absentee owners? Investors, exactly. so they might want to sell the property. So on the ownership time, I technically go anywhere from 10 to 20 years plus. Even, you could even do 5 to 10 years, but in the last 5 years, people have been buying, the interest rates are a little bit higher, the equity's not there, there's not enough margin for them to, you know, pull their money out or want to even flip it or whatnot. Why do I do this? Is because you can attack them in both avenues. You can do you can court them to possibly list their property, okay, because they have so much equity, okay? Or you can also court them to be able to see if they'll take a cash offer or they're willing to invest some of that money as well, okay? Because they have so much equity in the property. Anybody that brought a property over 5 years ago, 10 years ago is, you know, sitting on good equity if they haven't pulled a second mortgage on it. And you could actually see that. So you're gonna come here to home equity, you could find out how much equity, and this will let you narrow it down, okay? So these are also absentee. So if I want to put corporate owned, absentee or whatnot, so you could even go to the city. Let's say I wanted to search in Hialeah, for instance. So we're gonna search in Hialeah. It's gonna give me everything that I just pulled. Okay, home equity, ownership time. So look, here we go. So it's loading. All right, so this guy bought it, this condo, he's owned it for 15 years. The equity is 270,000. Okay, the HOA is $295 dollars a month. Okay, so this is a good customer to go after, okay, and call them to see if they want to sell. If he probably has it rented out. Now here, also on Remind, it'll tell you if there's a second mortgage or how many mortgages he has, okay? So look at the transaction history. And then here you're gonna see your mortgage history. You see, he only has one mortgage that he had back in 94, probably paid off. Okay, so how do you get in contact with this guy? Okay, so you're gonna come down here and you see where it says owner available. It's not gonna give you their contact information, but there's different systems like True People Search or Been Verified that you can literally select this guy's name and you can go and it'll give you their phone number. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. This around a second. I can close that out.
Yeah, on the more.
Yeah. More.
How do you, Mr. Hacker, how do you do that?
Right there, I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah. All right, so you go to Been Verified, all right? I gotta check the login for this. Okay, here. So you log into Been Verified, you got True People Search as well. It's another app. I think True People Search is free. We pay for this system, for the Been Verified. Okay, so here, we're gonna get this, we could even search by the address, okay? Control copy, I think it is. Okay. We're gonna search by property. Control. Okay, it's gonna give me now different associations of his phone number here. Okay, there you go. So now you see the guy's name. The internet is lagging a little bit here, no? Yeah. Okay. The what? Jesus Christ, we gotta get a closer antenna here. Okay, so view personal report. So technically, it'll tell you if the person's like on a do not call list or whatnot. If you find his report, let's see. This report didn't come out. 1 second. Okay, so you see how all these names came out here with the phone numbers. So you have this person's name, their phone number. Technically, since it's a condo, not sure why the phone number is not coming out, but usually on single family homes, it comes out. Okay, so you would call the person and then ask them, hey, look, are you interested in selling, et cetera, because you already know these people have equity, and the list goes on and on and on. So all of these potential leads are basically on Remind. Okay, you guys just have to go through the legwork and call them directly. So those are two avenues that you guys could search to kind of find investments. Let me check. Let me take this off. Hide right here. So I'm gonna show you. So I have my nephew, he's 17 years old. He just found this deal, which is crazy. He's gonna be, hold on, let me see the address. What's the address? 230. I think it's 230 Pine Avenue. Hold on. 230. Okay, yeah. So he just found this deal. It was on the Matrix. Okay. So I buy properties all the time. I develop, just so you guys can know. So he found this opportunity, okay, for $8.99. And I taught him how to do that same search. Okay. You see, all cash. He brought me this opportunity and we just locked this deal up. We're closing on it. He's gonna make, some money. But pretty much, I'm gonna show you guys what the comps are here. Okay. Control copy. So I like to, when I go to search for comps and to analyze a deal, I want to go for like the last 180 days. I want to see what's pending and I want to see what's active and active under contract. So I could see how my market in that immediate segment is reacting. Because I want to know, I'm going to invest this amount of money. I want to know how long am I going to sit? And this will allow you to analyze the asset better and tell your investor, hey, look, your return is, you're probably going to invest $300,000 if you go hard money. I'm just giving you an example with the repairs and the hard money or whatnot, but your return is going to be, 75%, 50%, 100%. Okay. You do the math. All right. Let's say if he's investing 300,000 on hard money and he bought the property for 800,000, he's got to give 20%, which is 160, and has to put in another 140,000. That's 300,000. Right? So he's going to put in 300,000. You can tell him, hey, look, purchase price plus your 300,000, you're at 1.1. Your comps are like 1.4, 1.5, which is the case here. Your return is going to be over 150% of what you're putting in, because you're making off your 300,000. Okay. You're probably going to make like another 450,000. So I'm going to show you guys. And I know a little bit more about the comps in this because I already like studied. Control V. Okay, wait. This is I think it's Fort Lauderdale. Hold on. New search.
But these investors are looking for like a spread of like almost $200. I was working with.
I am too. Yeah, of course, because the problem is you don't know how the market's gonna react in the next 6 months. So you have to play it conservatively. That's why. But if it's a deal like the one I found earlier in Homestead, right? That deal makes sense because you're buying that property and you don't gotta invest so much money. And you can automatically start generating income through renting it. And you still have equity that you can later on keep it and sell it for 420, 415. So the objective is not always for like the big flips. I'm sure there's investors out there that would see that deal and they'll jump all over it because they're buying it at 300,000. They got to put in hardly any work into it. And you have a spread of 120,000, you know? So it all depends on the deal that you find that you're analyzing. Exactly. So look, this one is in Lauderdale by the Sea. Hold on. Lauderdale by the Sea. Okay, here. So here, look, there's a comp. Let me show you guys. So this is a comp, right? That they house sold. Wait, let me move this out of the way. This property, so we got ours for around 800,000. Putting in about 300,000 into it. And look, there's a comp just sold for 1.475. One of the things I do look at for as an investor is the days on market here. So how long it was sitting on the market. And this one sold cash. Yeah. Okay. So when you're seeing that, and then another thing also is, like I mentioned to you guys, you want to look to see what's listed. You see, I have one here for 2.499. I have another one for 10 million on the water. But what else do I have? This is like really near the ocean. Yeah. This one here is just a lot with plans approved for 1.4 million. Prime redevelopment, just a lot with the construction plans ready to build. So it's a good deal because of the amount of time that you don't have to be on the market, and there's really no, in this pocket here, there's nothing. There's this one here for 1.5. Okay. This is a way smaller house, smaller lot size. This one's for 1.5. Okay. So there's equity in the deal. All right. And he's 17 years old. He found this deal, you know, after doing that stuff. When you guys search through the set and save your search criteria. Hey, I'm gonna call you back. Okay, give me like 20 minutes. Done. So save your search criteria. So when you go back and you did that, so you don't have to keep searching. So you're gonna tell the investor, okay, he'll tell you, oh, what area do you want to invest in? Always ask them, what's your budget? So here on your budget, you could say, okay, your budget is 500,000. So you're gonna go 500,000 minus. You're gonna select all the search criteria, take off close pending, put your terms, and then you're gonna put the city. He wants to do Hialeah, Miami Lakes, Pembroke Pines, Hollywood, because that's where he's familiar with. He wants to do Homestead, Cutler Bay, Palmetto Bay, put that. And then you save the searches and save the searches to send them to your email because you have to analyze them first, right? Okay. So that's a little bit of what I do. I'm going to introduce Odie and Claudia now so they can talk to you a little bit about the HELOCs. Yes, sir.
Question. So for like more agents,
Yes.
want to basically tap into that and maybe say new deals or somebody likes some deals.
Okay.
I know that way before back in the day.
Yes.
People would do that or like a system, but can they do that still?
They could do that. I'd rather sit with them on a one-on-one because I want them to like not waste my time and their time. You know, obviously this business, I don't want people working to not make money, you know, so that they could analyze the deals and see the spreads. Like Stephanie was just saying that she had an investor that the guy was like, oh, he wants a $200,000 spread.
Which I showed them 4 properties there, and it was like crazy. There was like 17,000 investors there, they made offers, it was like, they're going over asking already, so.
Yeah.
It's not, but then that's what I'm asking. I met him at the previous house we had listed.
Okay.
Like open permits and stuff, he's an investor, but he's looking for like 150,000 spread, like, there's nothing like that in the market. And then like, when something comes out, it's like 17 investors.
But have you checked on how I just showed you guys how to
No,
do
I
this?
didn't,
Okay,
so I never.
all right, so I'm sure like that, you're gonna find stuff. Because a lot of properties,
Their budgets are like max 250, 300, like,
but are they buying cash
yeah, they're buying that.
complete? So why don't you just talk to them and tell them to leverage their money better? Like they get a hard money loan, they're gonna pay 10%, but instead of doing one deal and investing 300,000 into that deal, okay, they invest only 20%. Their investment money is not completely tied up into that one deal. They could see how it works. They're still gonna make a good return, okay? What I'll do is I'm gonna share, I just can't log into my computer right now, but when I go back to the office, I'm gonna log in and I'm gonna share with you and Johnny Google Drive. And in that Google Drive, it's gonna have basically an equation how to analyze the deals for cash on cash and for hard money. Technically, right now, for investors that have 300, 400 around there, you wanna, because their deals don't have so much meat on the bones, you could show them how do they leverage their money through hard money, right? They're gonna pay like 10% of interest a month, okay? But their returns are still gonna be good for them. And they don't have to leverage all that money, and you can find a deal with not 100, let's say $200,000 spread, but maybe like 120, 130, 140, like that first deal we found. They buy it, they only come in with 60,000. They have the choice of renting it out or just pasándole la mano, put it back on the market, and then they can make 60,000 and they only invested 60,000. So they're making their 60,000 back plus 60,000. And like that, they could keep rolling it over.
And he's like, no, we need to each make about 60 to 70. And I'm like, all right.
Okay, so then
And
he's.
it's him and his partner.
Yeah, but for 120,000, there's deals. If they want to make that amount of money, there's deals out there like that. You just have to hunt them down.
I'm gonna try this.
Okay.
I've been doing like the regular stuff on Amazon and like I said, we'll see. Like,
Go to
we have-
Remind too and call the people directly.
It's like crazy.
Yeah.
Like inspections before you even make me an offer.
Yes, sir.
If I may share, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so, another thing you might wanna look at is called the Department of Miami-Dade Water and Sewer. The reason why is because they'll give you a list of properties that are about to have their water cut off prematurely. People are having their water cut off prematurely, and it's public record, are more than likely experiencing financial issues, and that's a great way to get wholesale property for investment.
Yeah. And also tax deeds too. When you have, Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Really good.
the good ones are when you search tax deeds and they're on tax deed sales and they're also with the water and sewer, because it is public records. Yeah, you already know that property is both. If it has both, it's even a better deal because they haven't paid taxes and they haven't paid their water. So yeah, they're out the door.
Then there's another program, that's known as Land Voice, and Land Voice will give you a list. It's like a white page of everything that is expired, about to expire, going to foreclosure, the pending and everything, and it'll give you all of their phone numbers, information for everybody on the deed, their email addresses, and then it'll also tell you if they're on the DNC list or not. It's called Land Voice. It's like a $300 a year. Yeah, you can export it into Excel and you can all kinds of stuff like that.
So I'm gonna introduce the girls. Can you pull up their flyer so they can talk a little bit about those HELOCs?
You don't have to log off the matrix, don't worry about it. You can leave the matrix log in there for a while.
Okay, you can do that. Leave it there. That's fine. Pull up their flyer there.
Oh, no, yeah, they sent it to them. Which one you want first? The one that's, the about us or the other one?
Yo, I'm finishing up the training in Homestead. I'll call you in 20 minutes.
Got it. That's all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Should I sit over there?
Yeah, come sit over here if you want, or this has a video, so if you wanna like introduce yourself. Okay, no, come on, both of you. All right, so I'm gonna start the video. Hold on. Okay, here.
Okay. I'm Odie. I don't know if they can see me there.
Yes, they can
Yeah.
see you.
Come sit with me here.
Oh,
I know. You want to go into that real quick before?
yeah, I was talking about the tax deeds. What are they asking? Okay, so the tax deed sales, you go to Miami-Dade County, go to, on your Google search, go to the Miami-Dade County, website, and you're gonna go to tax, deed sales, okay? There's an auction. Every month, there's a, bulletin that they're gonna put on there. What I'll do is, remind me when I get to the office, I'll share the link with you and you put it on the chat, okay? Because, let's see if I can show you too, right?
Okay, so my name is Odie. I'm with the Mortgage Boutique. I'm the owner of the company and she's Claudia. She's one of our better loan officers, one of the best. Pretty much, we wanted to discuss with you guys our 5-day HELOC program, which I believe is going to present a lot of more opportunities for you guys to reach out to previous clients that have built up equity in their homes that probably got super low interest rates, 2-3%. They don't necessarily would want to touch the first mortgage because of that rate that they have, but they're sitting on a lot of equity that they could pull out and in turn invest it in more properties with you guys. So it's more opportunity for you guys. I think if you can reach out to any and all previous clients and just let them know about this program that we have.
What's that?
No, it's out being slim, so that
Oh,
Yeah. How do I do that?
she's still on the Zoom.
there.
Okay. I'm gonna move it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait, let me put these.
oh yeah, pass them out so they can kind of see.
Yeah.
You wanna,
That we have up there.
no? No, you go back to the streaming here.
Mr. Hacker.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, just go, window key. Watch, type in display. The display settings.
Okay.
All right, and then you're gonna go. Okay, I can't. Connect wireless display, boom, and but I can't see the actual.
Right here.
Let me move- No, I know, let me move this, way. Connect. And then there it is. Bam.
All right, perfect.
That's gonna be a whole different.
We just gotta have him like here for every training. That's
Says
it.
Unable to connect.
Okay, use. No, that's right, I got it. Weird, it just didn't. Is it? The other one?
I mean, you can tell them to screenshot the speakers, then we're gonna go to the slides.
Yeah, because I can still see it on the.
Yeah, that's
on the
right.
Zoom.
Oh,
It's displaying on the Zoom.
Hey.
Yeah, there is some share there, it probably does.
No, I keep talking. Multiple displays. Boom, connect. And there it is, display. Wait, screen sharing. I thought.
Voila.
Okay, perfect.
Boom. I'll just go back to the email. There it is. There you
Okay.
go. Perfect.
So, I think what you guys could do also, Johnny, is put their emails, put their emails if you can on the chat. So that
My email's already on there.
it's on there?
It's on
Okay,
the
look, so her email's on there already.
iPhone as well.
Yeah,
Right.
okay, perfect.
So a little bit about traditional HELOCs. Usually for traditional HELOCs, you need to go to.
I cannot hear you guys.
Oh,
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
check with-
I can hear it on the.
How about now? Can you hear us now?
I can hear you.
No, I cannot.
Is anyone else having the problem?
Me asking the chat, because I can hear on the.
Can't hear you as well.
She says she can't hear as well.
Oh, yeah, so Jorge can hear, so there's some people that can hear, yeah, people can hear.
Okay, go ahead.
Maybe,
Okay.
the
So,
audience can-
ready to go?
Yeah.
So traditional HELOCs, you typically have to qualify income, they're gonna order an appraisal. Regular, retail and wholesale lenders typically we don't like to sell these HELOCs because there's no money to be made, they're paying the butt, like I've always turned it down.
Cool.
But I have this one particular opportunity with this lender that's through blockchain and artificial intelligence, that they get these HELOCs approved on the buyer's end in 10 to 15 minutes. It's no appraisal, no underwriting, no processing. Pretty much they take the Zillow value, the value that Zillow picks up. I know, don't ask.
What?
They ask you to put that in there and
Zillow value?
it's blockchain.
It's AI.
It's AI.
It's AI.
It's AI. So AI is picking up all the time.
Wow,
That's what they tell us to
Good.
plug in when we're initiating the application.
that's awesome.
So we're doing, they're looking at credit and equity. And then at the time of, so pretty much the way it works, we take the credit application and a basic mortgage app,
Okay,
and then we request a link for them based on that information, and we send the client the link.
okay.
On their phone or on their computer, they're gonna fill out all their information, and within 10 to 15 minutes, it's gonna generate an approval on their end. I don't see it, we don't get price sheets, we don't get to tell them, hey, this is what your rate's gonna be more or less. But the rates do range between 8 to 10%, more or less, and they have 2 origination charges. So they'll be able to select between 2 origination charges, which obviously if they go with a higher origination, their rates are a little bit lower than going with the lower origination, they're gonna get a little bit of a higher rate.
So basically they can buy it down.
They can select between a 1.99 origination or 2.99, which is nothing really, because these lines of credits are 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100,000, whatever it is that they get qualified for.
Of course.
So the system is gonna give them like a little bar, and it's gonna tell them you qualify up to, I did it for myself. I didn't take it because I didn't have anything to invest it in right away, and
Yeah,
that's the thing about this HELOC, they have to take a full draw.
yeah, but it's good though, because if they go to buy something and they wanna buy a second investment, or they wanna buy another.
The
property-
time that it's gonna take, they can have.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they do have to take a full draw. I've had people back out of it, and I've had others saying, no, this is what I need, 5 days, damn it, give me my money and I'll go, you know? So they have different terms available, 5, 10, 15, 30 years, it's fixed rate,
Okay.
interest only, first 10 years.
Okay.
They only do 1 unit properties, so no multi-units.
Okay,
They have a minimum loan amount of 15,000 and the
okay,
maximum of 400. So in their ends, right,
So
they
they're-
might say you qualify up to 140, but they don't want 140, they want 50. They can literally select or enter the $50,000 that they want, and it'll generate what their payment's gonna be based on the amount that they select.
So what do you mean exactly then by full draw? I think I'm just understood.
Yeah.
So
Let's take
a
the-
line of credit typically works like a credit card. You use it as you go or as you need it, right?
yeah.
In this case, they make you take the full draw
Okay,
at
So if
closing.
it's 100,000 and you had 100,000 for the line of credit, you could take out 20, 30, let's say you wanna buy a boat. You take 30 grand out, you go buy your boat, and then you pay interest on the 30.
I understood.
Now they make you pull out the whole amount.
I understood full draw, meaning you have to take
But
all
unless
the
you
equity leave.
No,
No, it's just whatever you choose.
Whatever, you-
100K, you have to
50
take
is all
both.
you can-
so, yeah, so whatever equity you chose to
Yeah,
pull out is
whatever
what
number.
you gotta pull
I
out.
got you, okay.
Correct. So then there is no prepayment penalty, so you could draw this money out and send it right back. The only difference is that you're not gonna get that first initial fixed interest rate. The rate is gonna change. So for any subsequent redraw, they have a $500 minimum, and the rate will change, but specific to that, because we clarified this,
Yes,
we
we
had these
clarified.
questions in the last training that we did. It's not gonna be it's a variable rate from the initial rate,
Okay,
but for that draw amount, it's gonna be a fixed rate to that amount that was taken out.
okay,
So let me give you an example. They take out 100 grand. They end up paying it all back, but then they want to take off 50. They're gonna get a rate based on the prime and index for that 50. So if it's gonna vary from the initial rate, but it's gonna be fixed on that 50. And then tomorrow they decide, oh, I'm gonna take out another 30. They can, but they're gonna get another rate based on the prime and index of the day that that draw was taken out, the month.
of course.
Yes.
And that's how the.
So that
the
100
variable-
K is sit there, and then whatever they pull out is gonna be subjective to whatever the daily rate is.
Whatever the daily rate. is,
The month, for the month.
For the month. okay, for
Correct, so
monthly
the
rate.
first initial draw, which you have to take up front, is gonna be a fixed rate for the 30 years.
Okay,
No prepayment penalty, they can send it back, or they, start paying it back, but then in the future, they wanna take out more, they can, it's just not gonna be based on that initial interest rate that they got. It's gonna be based on the
and what's
price.
the lowest interest rate now, the one that's a buy down?
There's no buying it down, so they're gonna get their terms.
The
based
one
on-
that you said that the loan origination is.
Right, so there's a 1.99 and 2.99 origination is what I've seen so far.
Okay,
And then they'll get rates that vary between 8 to 10 point something %.
okay,
And then it also depends on the terms, on the month, on the years that they,
and what about their credit score? If their credit score is
620.
better,
right, the better score, they get better rates, but 620 is a minimum credit score.
minimum credit score, okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a-
unheard of,
Uh,
unheard of.
I have a question, is approval amount based on the equity they have on the house?
Yes, so that's something that we would analyze before making the client jump through hoops. We have a matrix that we check the LTV and the credit score, and we'll say, based on this is the maximum amount, te conviene, if not, then it's not an option for you.
Yeah.
But if it is, then we tell them, this is what you could get approved for, you have to go through the hoops of, doing the application. Again, it's done through
Yeah.
blockchain, AI, we don't have a way to qualify, we don't have a rate sheet.
Okay,
The system's gonna generate the approval, and it'll fund in 5 days from the time that they accept the terms.
that's awesome.
And it's something that can be done on the phone, right then and there. A lot of people don't have time.
Yeah,
that's
no,
an
we're
amazing
getting a lot of
opportunity for you
buzz, a
guys.
lot of buzz on this,
Also, the good thing about this is like, let's say somebody's gonna go buy a house, right?
Mhm.
Prices are higher now. And they have another property. And they wanna buy a second property. They can pull from do a HELOC, pull the money out, use that for the purchase of the new property.
right,
And then, obviously, they're gonna be able to buy a second investment.
and that's also helps them for, let's say that they're looking for something in a specific price range, which I think we discussed this in the last training.
Yeah.
Where they're only taking cash offers.
Yes,
This gives them an opportunity to come in as a cash buyer because they have the funds, and then their mortgage is still based on interest rates on their other
Right.
property that they can refinance in the future anyway.
perfect example, like that first house I showed. The guy was like, oh yeah, there's offers financing like at 320, 330, whatever. But I was like, oh, look, coming in with a cash offer, maybe you could do a cash offer of like 250, not 250, he said, maybe like 280, 290. And you get the deal, you still have all that equity.
No interest, because you're paying this week. I mean, I listen to them.
Yeah, no, and then the interest that you're paying is only through the HELOC.
Right,
Yeah, and you got the property cash.
right. So, I mean, it's a good program. I would say call anybody close in the past, say, hey, I know you're probably have a good rate. If you don't want to touch your first mortgage, there's an opportunity here for you to pull money out. I know you've mentioned in the past you would like to buy other properties. Because a lot of them don't have the funds, and they have the funds sitting in their account, in their equity.
Like, I know people that have talked about it recently.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
put money out, I'm like.
I've gotten
text right
a
now.
lot of calls, and
Right.
before this, I would shut it all down because one, they have to qualify. You have to do a whole loan to get them qualified to essentially not make anything, and it's hard to qualify.
You wanna tell them a little bit about the minimum amount, or I mean, the maximum what?
400,000, and then LTV,
400,000 is the maximum loan amount, okay,
right, and then LTV, this I didn't pull up, but I have it here, with a 680 score, 85% LTV, so that 85 needs to cover their first mortgage, and then they can take out the difference up to 85% is how we would do these initial numbers before having them do the application. So we would just it's 2 seconds. This is how much you could qualify for. You have to go through through the process.
That's crazy, and not even an appraisal.
No
No.
appraisal.
Underwriting.
That's not even what the system that is what I'm going.
Yeah, me too. I thought that's what I was way more on the property.
Yeah.
Good.
You can do it on, you do first, second liens, it's owner occupied second home or investment properties, except it just has to be 1 unit property. But they can do it on multiple investment properties that they have, a second home or their primary. Only one borrower allowed, so I would say go with whoever has the strongest credit.
Okay.
And then although there is no income verification, no underwriting, they do want you to either tie your tax returns, like through the system, you link your tax returns or you link your bank account, which just shows your ability to repay this. Right,
Wow.
yep. And I mean, any questions for anybody on the Zoom regarding the HELOC? Do you get to see the notes or if they speak?
Yeah.
Oh, Yeah. So just keep this in the top of mind because it's a good opportunity, like I said, for you guys to generate more business. And then a little bit about the mortgage boutique. So I come from retail. I've been in the business for 16 years. I was a processor for 8, so I know the ins and outs of what it takes to close a loan. And I recently left retail because their rates, not recently, 4 years ago. I was losing business because I was getting shopped and I was like, what the heck's going on? I didn't realize that wholesale offers much better interest rates because as a wholesale shop, we make less money, but we're closing more deals. I don't lose a deal due to an interest rate anymore. So then I went over to the broker world and recently we launched the mortgage boutique and we have phenomenal programs. We do absolutely everything. You want to pull up this one?
Yes. Let me give you guys
Somebody
that.
asked about the credit score requirements again.
Yeah, 620. We go down to 620.
We're gonna let you know right now.
Yeah. And Claudia can send this to everybody by email as well.
Yes. If you guys want to give me your business card, then I'll send it to you through email and as well as my 3-step process.
Right, so if you guys are not aware of the difference between what retail and wholesale is, retail pretty much is they have a warehouse line of credit, they fund in their own name, so they have in-house underwriting, in-house processing.
Kind of like the PRMGs, the fairways, stuff like that, those are retail.
Right,
Like, give them examples of.
right,
Columbus
Columbus Capital,
Capital, stuff
Alright.
like that.
PRMG, PMI,
Wells Fargo, stuff like that.
right, so as a wholesale broker,
Rocket Mortgage.
well, Rocket has a wholesale,
Yeah,
and so does Fairway. Yeah,
There's a question here on that. Is it 8 to 10% standard, or if the credit is strong, is it possible to get lower rate?
we don't have a price sheet, so really it's when the client applies that they get their terms. I haven't seen that many under 8%, but I can check with the girls to see what they're getting. Yeah, because we're all getting a lot of buzz on the program, but we only know what our clients are getting. Okay, so back to wholesale. We do everything, conventional FHA, VA, non-QM, bank statement program, DSCR, you name it, hard money, we have commercial, we do foreign national. So when I was at retail, I was very limited to accepting any of these other special type of programs. But now we have avenues. We're a one-stop shop, one credit pool, and we can literally shop it with as many of our wholesale lenders that we have.
Which people without payment for money. Yeah, 20%.
I shop those around 20 to 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The rates for those almost are like in 12.
yeah, 11, savvy investors with experience, you can get them around 11.
Right. And yeah, in a nutshell, we have a 3-step process for pre-approval. You want to bring that up?
Yes. Do we have, I emailed it to.
The 3-step process?
Yes, I thought you wanted this.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
but it's
no.
pretty much to go over our programs and what we have,
You want
but
me
you
to
can,
make
yeah,
Yeah.
just to show them the way that we work and.
Yeah, we can make that happen. That's
No?
was
Yeah.
what was it?
The word?
Make sure I can. Now this is the HELOC. Which email do
No,
you?
I'm so good about it. I mean, it's money. I mean,
It's the number.
Yeah.
Because I got this, I only got 2 emails.
No, I emailed it to you.
So,
But I cannot do.
Let me see. No, no llegó. El tuyo no llegó porque nada más llegó el de Odis. El de Odis.
Well, no big deal. It's just pretty much, we have a 3-step process for pre-approval that consists of a credit pool, the mortgage application, and a list of documents that we'll need to gather. There is no reason why within 24 hours of having received all the client's documentation that we wouldn't have an answer for you and tell you where they stand in terms of an approval. In the event a client doesn't qualify, I don't like to just shut it down and be like, you don't qualify, goodbye. We give them options. We tell them this is what you need to work on. This is what you should do. This is why you don't qualify.
Okay.
And, just help them get to that goal of buying a home, which that's where we always add value to them and having them come back to us when they're ready.
And to that question, because something I wanted to speak on today was like, basically, like when you want to turn, because we have converters and renters to buy,
Yes,
right?
mhm.
We see a lot of people that maybe don't have the funds right now. There's always something missing out of the three things.
Yeah.
Credit, the down payment, or something's always missing. But if you want to put them in the plan for like the next 6 to 12 months, you guys work on a CRM that we can send you guys, okay, let's put this guy on the plan for the next 6
Well, we
months.
don't have the CRM in place yet, but we do, we're very organized and we'll put it on our calendar to follow up with them every so often. But we also have down payment assistance. So a lot of lenders turn that down. I don't know why. They're not the funnest to do because it takes a little bit more work, but I'm personally approved with Miami-Dade County and they're giving up to $28,000.
Just what we're on, just all the funds and go to.
The DPA, the MD,
Yeah, and the.
they raised it this
What?
recent year to 28 grand, to
Oh, wow.
$28,000.
Yeah.
And then Broward, my partner, she closed one in Broward that she got the client $35,000 and it wasn't that hard. Yeah, it was a pain in the butt, the paquete, like print everything has to be wet sign. You have to drive it to downtown, pero you do what you have to for these clients. And trust me, they'll appreciate it for years to come and they'll refer you more business just for that.
Did they increase the hometown heroes as well? I've read something about that.
Hometown Heroes, I think that I heard something and I have to look into it, that they,
Went from 25.
$35,000.
oh, okay, and they also expanding the,
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, a lot of people, if you work in, I think, medical insurance, actually, they're looking at. including also the both of those. So, my clients.
Makes me like keep money.
No, that's what yeah, bro.
When it comes to the medical people, like what about the ones that are doing the office jobs within the hospitals? Or do they also?
there's a whole list and we can share that with you as well.
Yes.
That includes,
Mhm.
I think that they're also in there.
Yeah, get her email and email.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
I have a question about the blockchain. You know, the platform is like Ethereum or IBM, like, you
I
know, what
have
it runs on.
no clue whatsoever,
Is it like-
because it's not something that we see on our ends.
Oh.
We get a link through the lender that has that with the blockchain and the AI people. Pero it's a good way for people to tap into the equities of their homes without touching their rates.
Yeah, because they got low
Right
rates.
now, we have.
If they got low
free
rates like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, they got rates at 3%, 2%.
money. I have a 2.5. You
Yeah.
think I'm gonna touch that?
You don't wanna pull that out. You
Nobody's
don't wanna
touching- nobody's
refi that.
touching it.
That's free money. I'm not
Yeah.
touching that.
We got like a lower than a 3, right? A 3.25, one of them,
Yeah, 3.2. Properties.
and then the other one is a 4, something.
Yeah, I guess 2 with a 3.25.
Yeah, yeah.
So we can use what you taught us with theirs. That we can look up.
You can
Yeah,
look at the
absolutely.
deals, right, and you could search that way, and then also like she gets you hard money too. So let's say you got a guy that you find an opportunity for him or for yourself. You come in with 20%, 25%. You just need to get a budget of the cost of the construction, what's it gonna cost? Or also if you're buying the property for rental income, like the one I showed you guys, that was for like let's say 300,000, you would have got in the house. 3.1 or 4.1 in that neighborhood probably generates you, like, you can rent it for like, let's say 2,600, 2,700. You can get a DSCR loan and it's based on just the rental income of the property. So they don't qualify you necessarily, they qualify the property.
I have a question on the, especially specifically for us in Homestead in these areas, we have a lot of new constructions that they give out. Obviously, when you go through them.
Through the builders.
They're gonna give you all these things. However, like, are you guys kind of like offsetting, because sometimes.
I would say, listen, the way that I tell them is give me an estimate. Show me what rate they're giving you, that they're giving you all these incentives, these $15,000. And show me the rate that they're giving you and what that rate is costing. And it doesn't cost us anything to do an estimate without putting their credit. Tell me what their credit score is. And we'll price shop it. If my rate is that much better, not costing them what they're charging, you know, then they have to make a decision of, do I take the incentive or I take this rate because I'm gonna save $50,000 over the 30 years or more versus a $15,000 incentive at closing.
Follow up with a lot of people that are doing self-employed, for example, right? Like, let's say last year, they were not thinking about buying last year. So
Right.
last year they went ahead and claimed, oh, I only made
Yeah.
10,000, but this year, all of a sudden, you know, the rent went up 300%. Now they wanna buy and they wanna claim this taxes for this year,
So-
oh, I made 100,000, can you?
Yeah, so these are conversations that I would always suggest having between like November to January. So that you get these buyers ready to talk to a lender or a mortgage broker. So that we can guide them and tell them how much they need to declare in order to qualify.
Do you think the previous one was?
So for that, FHA requires a 2-year, a 24-month average. Conventional on a case by case, if you put it into the system, you have to run it through the system through LP, Freddie Mac, and sometimes even Fannie Mae would accept a 1-year average. But that's gonna depend on the credit score and the strength of the file. Yeah.
Case they could do like a 12-month bank statement.
12-month
Like,
bank
the interest
statement,
rate's gonna be.
yeah. But I mean,
But-
but
Things like.
they have to bite the bullet somewhere. Either
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
taxes or-
It's not a buy or do you want to rent? That's the
Right,
problem.
yeah.
I got the plans, man.
Okay,
Do you want to buy or do you
I
want to
got
rent?
that ready, but we having the same issue that, I mean, declaring crazy amounts of money this year, but last year, you know, why it's.
and sometimes you tell them, like, sometimes I've had clients, I'm like, listen, for you to qualify for what you want, you have to declare this much money, you're gonna pay back the IRS this much money. Take the higher rate, when you figure your stuff out and you can do 2 years of taxes, refinance into a normal loan.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thank you, girls.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
for your time.
I know.
Well, you guys-
There's food, so I'm gonna water zero.
Okay.
I like your business card, so I can email you guys the
But,
process that you create, and I'm giving you guys mine.
So.